Joining me in studio today, it's Betty Gilumia and online editor. She's the editor for PE Express and the online editor, Tanya van Zyl, joining me in studio. Really nice to have you ladies with us here at Kingfisher FM. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Why are we so lucky today to have you in the studio? Well, plain and simple, they started the Volunteer Citizen Journalist Program. It started in the month of July. Tanya, how's it going so far with this thing? Because I think this is focusing a lot on online.
Yes, it's mainly, it is actually just online, and it's doing well so far. Since its inception, we had quite a huge response from the public, sending their stories and their photos and events, so far so good.
Okay, ek wil net vir Tanya sê baie geluk. Is it that, or is it actually...
Yeah, no, it's actually newsworthy stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if you want to congratulate your Tanya on her 100th birthday, you are welcome to do that. So
okay. So you're accepting everything, all types across the board?
Yes. All good news, concerns of your community or issues, any issues you have, we want to hear about it. So people are welcome to send it to us. And obviously, you know, we go through the stories, and if it's good enough, we will publish it in our newspaper as well.
Do you then respond to the people and say, thanks very much for sending it in, maybe we won't, or how does that work?
No, I have to monitor the stories. So, you know, if people submit stories, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be published on the website, because if it's defamatory or whatever, we have to check for that as well. Mm-hmm. So I go through all the stories as soon as I get it, and then, you know, if there's nothing wrong legally or something like that, then we publish it on the website immediately.
It sounds like you're making more work for yourself, because now you're getting all these stories, now you got to read through them.
I am, but I mean, it's for the benefit of the community. So.
Okay, and what I like as well is you said there's not only the bad stories, but the good stories.
Yeah, we want the good stories, especially the good stories, because we hear so many bad stories every day, so we want the good stories, fuzzy stuff.
And is this content going to then only be available online for the local journalist who thinks they, you know? Or?
Yeah, mainly. But like I said, you know, if there's a good enough story, and we think it's good enough for print, you know, then we will publish it in the newspaper and give that person a byline as well. Mainly, you know, that person is our reporter, our citizen journalist.
Brilliant. Okay, and Betty, obviously there's got to be a collaboration. You've been in the industry a long, long time, but now with the sort of technology catching up with everything that's going on, how's this working?
Well, you know, at this stage, most publications, especially in South Africa, is print first. You get your newspaper, and then as a value add for the readers, they give a website to make comments or, you know, to get the stories from there. But with this whole movement of social media and being able to access breaking news on social media, most newspapers are looking at, and that is what we are doing now, we're implementing it, of going from print first to web first. So the news breaks on the web and social media, and from there we follow up the stories to bring it out in print the next week. But breaking news is content is king these days. Breaking news is very important, so we're trying to give that to our readers as well.
Well, it's quite interesting that you mentioned breaking news, because actually PE Express is a weekly publication, so now it's also going to bring on sort of that daily element.
That's exactly what it is. It's a total different to what we do, where we used to give news on a weekly basis, on an hour-to-hour basis or a minute-to-minute basis. We can inform the public of breaking news happening, and this could be things like water leaks or electricity that's down, or, you know, anything that might affect you in the community that might not make national headlines, but that
affects the community,
impacts your life. Yes.
Okay, so tell us at the moment, how can people get in touch, or how can people get involved in this citizen journalism? What's the best approach?
Okay, they can go onto our website, and on the homepage, they will see on the right-hand side, there's a big red block called Citizen Journalists.
Right.
And it asks you to click here. There's 4 categories. It says tell your story, upload your photo, manage your event, that's like any entertainment news and stuff, or report crime. So if there is a break-in in Lorraine, wherever, whatever, and you want to warn residents or you saw something dodgy, people are also welcome to do that on our website. So they basically need to click on one of those elements, and it will ask you to either log in or register. The only reason we need people to register is because if there's something we need to contact them, we have their contact details, and we need to monitor those things.
Right.
But that is a very quick and easy process to register, and you can even log in with your Facebook account. So if you've got Facebook, click on the Facebook icon, and in you go. Quick and easy.
Fantastic. So
And
they
then-
load that stuff up and it gets sent off Chop, chop.
Yeah, you can it depends on if you want to tell your story, write a story for us, you click on that. I think you can also upload a photo over there. Or just if you just want to send us a nice photo of a sunset or a sunrise, just click on send your photo. And yeah, that's basically, I think you can send up to 4 photos.
Fantastic. If you just joined us, we're talking about the citizen journalism, your opportunity to write about stories that affect your life and that can make a difference in other people, whether it's good stories, whether it's breaking news, bad stories. We're chatting to the PE Express today. We're talking to the editor, Betty Gilumea, as well as online editor, Tanya van Zyl. Stay tuned. Today, talking to the PE Express editor, Betty Gilumea, as well as online editor, Tanya van Zyl. I hope I got that surname right there, Betty.
Perfect.
Yes. Well done for me. Congratulations on all these. I mean, you must talk a lot of languages now. I mean, how many languages can you speak? I mean, you've got to be aware of all the news that's going on and a couple of interesting reporters that come through now, Betty.
No, it's still basically just Afrikaans and English, but I've got a very good Xhosa reporter who he was a Xhosa teacher who works for PE Express in Daba publication. So I trust that what he tells me is written there is right.
Covering all the bases, Betty, covering all the bases. But now tell us, PE Express obviously venturing now into more of a sort of a cutting-edge online newspaper as well. But what is the difference between a weekly publication, a very successful one as well, like PE Express, and a daily newspaper?
Daily newspapers basically get their revenue from sales, from their circulation, as well as from advertising. PE Express gets all its revenue just from advertising. So depending on how many adverts you've got for the week, that's the number of pages you'll have. More adverts, more pages in the newspaper. So the adverts pays for you to get your newspaper for free. And because of that, we are able to have 90,000 copies distributed in Port Elizabeth on a weekly basis, which is much more than the circulation of some dailies are. So we've got a very good market penetration.
And I'm sure you're expanding as well.
We are expanding. We've got publications in Port Alfred and East London that we've recently taken over, the East London Fever as well as the Sunshine Coast Fever. We've got publications in the Express Group, which we call the OP Courante Group, which is part of Media 24, all the way up to Mossel Bay with Eden Express and Kouga Express.
I hope they're paying you now 4 salaries because you're editor at least of 4 that you mentioned. I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more down the line.
I do it for the love of the job, of course.
Of course.
No one becomes journalist to earn money.
Yeah, no, snap. Now, if people want to enter stories, they don't pay for this. This is a free service that you're offering to people to be a citizen journalist.
Yes, it's free.
Okay.
No charge at all.
And the future prospects of it, are you going to be allowing people when they report the news to be able to tweet it as well as to possibly put videos or load videos up and things like that? Have you thought about these kinds of things?
We would love that. The more the community gets involved with us, the better. So, I mean, we are on Twitter. It's at PE Express 1.
Right.
So if you know of anything happening, tweet to us, tag us. We're also on Facebook. It's PE Express Newspaper. So people are welcome to share their stories or leads or anything, even on those platforms. And yes, the whole idea of the citizen journalist is to, at a later stage, identify specific people, and then we can ask them, do you want to become a regular contributor to
That's
to
fantastic.
the website?
So you offer opportunities basically for work, employment as well at the paper. It's just going to go better and better. What is the peexpress.mobi?
That is our mobile website.
Right.
So the citizen journalist is not really on there yet because there's some technical issues or
things are still expanding.
So we started with the websites first.
Okay.
But I mean, if you don't have access to a computer, you can still read the paper online on your phone. So
brilliant.
And it's compatible with I don't know how many thousands of phones, so you will be able to read the PE Express online.
Any stories that have come through so far that you found amusing or newsworthy?
We have a lady that submits book reviews. She's an avid book reader. So,
right.
and it's actually her writing is very good. And we had a guy who also wrote us a story about riding the train from PE to, I think it was Bloemfontein, and his whole experience. And although it was a long story, but it was worth the read, and it was very, very entertaining, and it was well written. So, yeah, we have lots of talented people out there.
Do you put links on as well to blogs and things like that?
Yes, we do. We have, if people want to become bloggers, they are welcome to contact us, and we will invite them as a blogger. We have a few regular contributors as well, local people, and of course some national people as well, like Sarel van Sabi from the MasterChef first season. He blogs for us.
Fantastic.
So yeah, people can get some nice recipes over there. So yeah, if people are interested in, blogging for us, they can also contact us on the website, and we'll invite them, and yeah, then they can start blogging as many times as they are. As many times as they want.
Fantastic. Well, I think it's explained. I think you've explained it extremely well to everybody out there. Is there any other things that we should know about PE Express, going online, daily updates, registering, and so on?
It's not just the PE Express. It's like Betty said, we are known as the Oopia Courante group.
Right.
So we have the Koga Express that's covered Jeffreys and Newmansdorp and those areas, as well as the UD News. And all this citizen journalist applies for them as well.
Okay.
So if you're in that area, you are welcome to become a citizen journalist and tell us your stories. And yeah, we want to know. We want the community to get involved with our paper, whether it be online or in publication.
Well, I love what you ladies are doing, making a difference in the community, and I'm sure that most people now will be quite excited about this and get blogging and tweeting and texting and doing all the things that they do in technology world. Thanks so much for coming in today. Really appreciate it. Wish you everything of the best. And I'm sure we're going to be getting a couple of budding journalists coming out of PE, as well as Dispatch and all the other areas in Eastern Cape. Hey, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you,
for
Ethan.
having us.
Appreciate it.